Hey y'all, so I was just thinking about when I be scrolling through, cause sometimes like I've been definitely monitoring my screen time and how much time I'm spending just aimlessly scrolling through, the recommendations and things like that. But lately I've been seeing like a surge in why I'm quitting my 9 to 5 and why it's not important for us to have a 9 to 5, and I see why nobody wants to have a 9 to 5. Yo, we got to be careful of these trending topics and of these viral videos when everybody is constantly talking about why they shouldn't have their 9 to 5. But what we not paying attention to is our robot, right? Like we got robots out here right now that's being constructed to take over people's jobs. We have foreigners that have an open border coming from several different countries that will work below minimum wage because they're undocumented citizens. See, these individuals and these foreigners that's coming in, they gonna take away all the jobs, y'all. These robots that's being constructed right now, they are going to take away the jobs. And it's coming to a point now where people, you see what I'm saying? If you foresee, if you have that spiritual sight and say, well, if things continue, hold on, gotta look both ways now before I cross that street, right? But if we have that spiritual vision to say, I'm gonna look forward and see if things continue to go at the rate and at the speed that they're going, what does that mean for us? You see? So, like, man, like even, I feel like even service-based businesses ain't safe. They got machines right now that paint fingernails. We got machines right now that do hair. We have machines that answer the phones for us. We got robots that call our phones, and they sounding more human every day. So you see what I'm saying? It's a huge space to say that I'm going to be grateful for my job, even though it might be a step up towards you to do something else. Nobody said that when you get one job that you have to stay there for the rest of your life. See, the goal is to get into one opportunity and utilize that opportunity to open up more doors. But when we as a community and as a I'm gonna say as a community, because it's not just a culture thing, it's an American thing. This is not just falling underneath one race that's saying, oh, I don't want my 9 to 5, or I'm not gonna keep it, or I'm gonna silently quit, or all of the little stigma and the trending things that's going on today. But we have to also pay attention to these same trending robots that's being built with the thought patterns that we have, because understand that these phones and whatever it is that they using, they mirror our thought process. So when they create these robots to do the very thing that we do. So if you're able to have a robot in place of a human to do the job of a human, that means that they're going to start downsizing. These companies are going to start downsizing. And where, people are saying that we need more, there's so many jobs available, it's superficiality. Because if things continue to go at the rate that they're going to go, the jobs that they say that's available, they're not going to be for the Americans. These jobs are going to be for the foreigners that's willing to work for less than. So if these foreigners are willing to work for less than, that means that it's not in alignment with the labor laws, which means that they would have to document them and then give them minimum wage, where in most instances they might be doing a job of 2, 3, 4 people, while these robots are being built that's going to take their job anyway from them too. So y'all, we have to be careful what we support out here in the growth and the expansion, because although we want to see growth and we want to see the expansion in our world, we want to see that. I mean, our children are growing up. And if you think about it, the kids that's growing up, they're computers. Everything about them is computered. They want their iPad, they want the newest phone, they want electric this, they want that. Everything is based on technology, and many of them, they can't function or they can't focus without having access to their telephone, not realizing the amount and high altitudes of radiation that's going inside of us, y'all, from constant use of technology. See, when I say that I watch and I monitor the amount of radiation that I take in, because don't get me wrong, I still use my phone, and when I'm in an area or a location and I can't access my GPS system, I would get a little bit nervous. Like, I remember being off grid at one point, and I was trying to call an Uber, and I couldn't get an Uber to get out of there. And I felt a slight piece of panic that stepped over me. But later on down the line, I learned how to read a map. And this is definitely something that I want to encourage all of us to do, is to learn how to read a map. Because what happens when you're in a location and you're in an area and you don't have access to your phone and you can't use Google Maps or Waze or any other type of maps? We have to know how to look at a map and be able to create a route, an exit ramp, or an exit strategy for you to get out of that location, even if you don't have access to your phones. See, y'all, even though the inflation, it constantly keep going up, like everything is more expensive. Every day we look up, something is going up. It's more expensive here. This is more expensive. And the wages that we are getting paid, they're either staying the same or they're going down, or you're required to do double your job for a $1 raise or a $2 raise. But we're not paying attention to the fact that they will bring over people from another country that will be grateful for that $2 wage, and they will work for 20 hours out of 24 hours days with no sleep, just because they want to make money. And in their country, they're not able to make those same level of wages. See, I feel that, we're moving into a space now where it's like people are promoting us to get into a comfortability of saying that we need to have our hand out for someone to reach in and to give us this and to give us that. But we are not understanding that the opportunities are far and few, and the jobs that should be readily available to us, they are coming to an end, y'all, because these borders is open, these robots are being constructed, and everything that would at one point in time grow, be able to be at the forefront of your business, the growth, the expansion of your business, it's in jeopardy, y'all. It's in jeopardy because while we're sleepwalking and having a good old time, I'm not doing this, I'm not going there, I'm not working for this company, I'm not doing that, I'm not working for that, I'm not accepting that wage because that wage is less than what I'm worth right now, and they creating someone that's willing to accept less than that wage. And when we look up, y'all, 3 years, 5 years, because remember, the way the growth looks at business, 5 years. IRS, business, 5 years. We give your business 5 years to grow. So if you say 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, right? What does that say about our jobs? What does that say about the future? You see what I'm saying? So, we have to be very cautious of these trending topics, and we have to pray over them and ask God, what does this mean? If this topic is constantly trending around me and I'm constantly seeing this and everybody is saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, we got to be careful about them bandwagons that we jump on, because them shits will lead you right to hell. And reality is that many of us are already living in hell, so it's like, well, so what if it leads me to hell? But literally hell, to where you can't provide for yourself, to where all opportunities come to an end, to where you're forced to depend upon the government, but the government is already struggling to be able to provide for all of these different local jurisdictions in these different states. So, and the businesses is struggling to keep their doors open, and inflation constantly keeps on happening, and the workers don't want to work. But in order for the businesses to go up and keep consumerism going and keep these businesses going, that means that they're going to have people that work in these businesses that we work to spend all our money in. See, y'all, we as a human race, we have to start opening up our eyes and start to build better relationships with ourselves. Because it's then that we build them better relationships with ourselves that we will be able to build better relationships with money, that we will begin to understand that money is nothing but an energy. It's simply an energy. That's the wealth of it. And the liquid is what keeps the world going around. The liquid assets, the wealth is what the world was built upon. But the liquid assets, it keeps it going around. It's the consumerism, the constant consumerism. We need this, we need to buy that. This is trending, that's trending. But who's selling it? Who's packing the boxes? Who's shipping them out? Who's doing the labor? Where does the labor come in at, y'all? And if you look at the birth rate is doubled, it's tripled, especially with the overflux of different cultures that's coming into America. Now we have so many different babies that's being born. The labor is up, but the labor is down. Who is doing the work? Who's going to do the work? See, y'all, when we start to tune in and we start to tell ourselves that it's a lot of real dark, sinister things that's going on around us, we got to pray, man. And I just pray that y'all don't be ones that's, you wake up when it's too late and you look up and say, damn, I used to could get a lot of jobs, but now I can't even get one. Or, yo, the rent is going up and they telling us that they going to freeze the rent and the rent's not going to move, but the wages ain't moving. So everything else is going up. The food is going up. The clothes is going up. The gas is going up. Everything is going up, y'all. Which means that we have to use our mind and understand that to have a job, the job was never created. Some people have a career, but we also need to have those second and third and fourth streams of income. You have to know that you have to prepare. You have to prepare because we live in a world that's built on consumerism. So even when you say, I'm not a consumerist, I don't spend my money on this, high fashion, this and that, look at the cost of food. Look at the cost of gas. Look at the cost of electricity. The bare necessities, y'all, just the bare requirements for us to go forward in the things that we need. Y'all be careful on what you allow to come into your life, man, and these trends that you allow yourself to follow. Because these trends, right, you will wake up one day and be like, what in the world just happened? I mean, like literally just, the sun was real bright, so I'm just gonna move over in this little area while I wrap up this video. But yeah, one day you will just wake up, yo, and you will be like, what just happened? Like everything would have just shifted. But what we fail to understand, y'all, is this shift has been happening time and time again. Like it's happening right in front of our face and we don't even know it. We don't even see it. Like how rapidly it's happening. And as it's happening, the trending topics is going on. Oh, I'm not going over there. Oh, I'm boycotting this or I'm boycotting that. How is Americans boycotting jobs with an open border? With iRobot being created, and I'm just calling it iRobot. I think it's something else. I think iRobot might be the vacuum cleaner, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick with iRobot because that very vacuum cleaner that came in that's gonna clean up the carpet for us, that's taking away the cleaning jobs. Those very robots that we see in the supermarket that's stocking the shelves, that's taking away them overnight stocking jobs, y'all. These open borders, they are taking away the jobs, y'all. These robots are taking away the technology job. IT at one point was a booming industry. Everybody is like, you go study computers, you guaranteed money. That's like nursing. You go be in the medical field, that's like a guaranteed job. No matter where you live, you always gonna have a job. Hey y'all, none of this ain't guaranteed because the world is changing so fast and so rapidly. It doesn't matter what career you choose or what job you choose, and whether you have 2, 3, or 4 jobs, or whether you working on your business and you ain't got no sales coming into your business, but you gonna continue to build your business while you working for someone else. See, y'all, we have to be able to see through the lens that's designed to keep us asleep. Because you cannot force an individual to see something. But what you can do is you can present it in front of them and they can choose to do with it whatever they choose to do with it. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I do pray that y'all pray over these trending topics. And when anytime a topic show up around you and it's just trending, it's like you have to ask yourself, why is it trending? How can this affect or can it hurt my livelihood? And if this trending topic has the ability to affect or hurt your livelihood, that means that it's something that you need to stop and pray about and wait for clarity for the next step for you to take. But on that note, if you have stuck with me this long, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on this video. Click the subscribe button so that you can be notified when I release new content. And you know I love you. And so do God. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I'm going to catch up with you in the next one.